Hi, and welcome to the Ada K Show. I am Ada K. Brown, and am currently a criminal justice major, and I'm a deaf courtroom commentator. Grab a cup of Java, and let's dive in. Hey guys, welcome back. Oh my gosh, I owe everybody a huge apology, but nobody's here. Let's give them a minute. Today we were in the Lori Daybell trial. We had an expert come on the stand. He was talking about the cell phones and how Lori Daybell's and Charles Ballow's cell phones were in the same locations at the same time. It was interesting, but at the end, I had to deal with something, and I am so sorry. Thank you so much for joining me. Unfortunately, I didn't get to finish the live. Some of you don't know, I am a college student. I'm supposed to graduate this December, and some of my classes did not post. They didn't have them. Other classes filled up before I could get into them, and I have a disability assistance because of my deafness and my dyslexia, and unfortunately, I have to get permission from the actual professor to get into the class even though it's full. So anyway, long story short, hi Honey Boo, hi Widget 81, Elena, hi guys, y'all are so awesome. And my Honey Boo's here, so he's keeping me calm. I was coming unfreaking glued on that woman. I kind of felt bad for her because it was like, what the hell? I mean, it was bad, y'all. It was bad. I was about ready to cry. It was horrible. I worked so hard to graduate this December. I started last August. So I will have a fall, a summer, a fall, a micro fall, a spring, a summer, and fall. So that's basically 4 full semesters in a micro. In order to graduate, I'm taking more than full-time load. I'm trying to get 2.5 years in a year in a semester. And I have been working so hard. And then I get a call. We have no registration for you for the summer or the fall. I'm like, I thought I did it. Y'all, dyslexia sucks. Big time. So I'm trying to register and it ain't working. So I called my disability rep and I'm like, she's all like, ugh. So it was a really difficult moment. And then my honey bun's trying to calm me down. And I'm like, I was, the devil was coming out. Those horns were about ready to pop out of this hat because, y'all, it is so hard to do what I'm doing. I'm live all day, school all night, and I love it. I love to learn, and then a class that I was supposed to be able to take, they didn't put on the registry, and then they want me to take a class that I dropped because it was like way above my head. Yeah. So anyway, we're here for, and oh, thank you. So I hate taking phone calls like that when I'm live, but I had no choice. It was get her done now or you ain't graduating in the fall. And I'm like, I feel like Emily D. Baker. I did. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do is we have got some Karen Reed files I wanted to go through tonight. And then we also have our giveaways that I needed to do. Well, the entries for the giveaway I needed to do. So, and then they ended early. Court ended early. The judge was pissed. A witness went home sick without notifying the judge or the bailiff or whomever else they were supposed to notify. So, yeah, that wasn't very good. Luckily, we have wonderful mods that took care of everything, and I love and appreciate you so very much. I'm kind of rocking this eyeshadow today, by the way. Hello, June. Thank you for popping back on. And I am so sorry. I know I may have upset a few people with me being on the phone. Let me go see if I have any screaming people at me. Luckily, no. No one's screaming at me yet. But sometimes life happens and we have to take phone calls and we have to deal with things. So thank you for coming back. Okay, guys, let's look at this. We have the this is a document for the Karen Reed trial. I think. Let me get it. Okay, quit. My computer's not been doing good either today, y'all. Had a little problem with my computer. It's been blinking on me, and I don't know why it been blinking. But we're okay at the moment. But I can't get this to off it. Oh, my honeyboo's looking at the back of my computer. This is dealing with the audit. Thank you. Okay, I am so glad we're actually seeing this because I was wondering if the audit was going to play any part of this trial. Who watches the Watchmen? A comprehensive indictment of the leadership, audit, integrity, and accreditation of the Canton PD. Executive summary. This white paper critically examines. Okay, that's an interesting way to start. This white paper. Is paper racist? Gerald's like, uh-huh. Gerald, can you leave it open? It's hot as heck in here. Thank you, boo. Examines the operational audit of the Canton Police Department CPD conducted by Five Stones Intelligent 5SI. What was advertised as an opportunity to reform became an exercise in confirmation bias, political theater, and superficial accountability. Oh, I know, honey boo. I know, but it was the way it was handled. I think that upsetting. Rather than uncovering a systematic problem or holding leadership responsibilities for operational breakdowns, the audit merely restated public information already known from the Karen Reed mistrial. More Roblingi. I can't, whatever. The audit failed to scrutinize how CPD managed to maintain dual accreditation from the Commission on Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies and the Massachusetts Police Accreditation Commission, despite clear violations of core standards of both bodies. This report makes one thing abundantly clear. Canton did not need an audit to learn what it already knew. It needed the courage to demand more. The missed moments. The STIRM group warned the Canton well in advance. In a detailed letter dated 10th of September 24 of the critical failure in the RFP. Sorry, something weird just happened. Yeah. No defined audit scope. Unrealistic timeline during the holiday and legal proceedings. Under findings for the project of this complexity. Legal exposure for auditors. Absence of criminal reporting protocols, establishment of the true anonymous political risks stemming from unresolved political mistrust. Hi, Lady Jane. Hi, everybody. Yep, the prosecution has a motion for one of the exhibits is the police audit page 206 only. Ooh, we'll look at that. Rather than embracing this letter as a roadmap to accountability with specific experts given recommendations designed to salvage the process, Canton officials chose to forego ahead their original deeply flawed RFP. The chance to course correct was real, detailed, and delivered in good faith. It was ignored not out of oversight, but out of overconfidence in the political experiences. Y'all, the shortcomings of the audit are not the fault of 5SI. They delivered a competent report with the narrow and poorly constructed confines of the town's own making. This is what happens when the municipal leaders choose to prioritize appearance over expertise. Canton officials dismiss the advice of professionals who have conducted complex investigations across the country and instead believe that they can script a credible process themselves. The real failure belongs to the town's leadership, substituting political convenience for genuine reform. They didn't want a difficult audit. They wanted a safe one, and that's exactly what they got. The IAC, the committee in name only, the Internal Audit Committee, IAC, was never structured to be neutral or independent. From the start, it was clear that the logistics of each member lay. Meeting served was not a forum of the governance, but as a battleground for influence. The chair of the IAC displays consistent hostility toward the outside expert and dissenters, effectively signaling that the outcome had already been decided. Okay, so the process was performative, decisions was political. $200,000 later, oh my gosh, they paid 200 grand. The committee is left with an audit that could have been written from press clippings and courtroom transcript. Oh, I'm going to skim a surface level audit. The leadership role, a failure to command. The 5SI report stopped short of assigning blame where it belongs on the leadership. The chief of policy is ultimately responsible for ensuring the department operates in accordance with the law, publicity, policy, and practices. I just learned about this. Accreditation without accountability, the presence of the CALEA and the MPAC. Accreditation should have meant something. Instead, they were used as a shield. The 5SI acknowledged them in passing, but never explored how CPD secured or maintained the dispute evidence operational. The shallow dive into the training and oversight. The audit gestures at the training shortfalls, but never investigate the cause. It isn't a resource issue, it's a leadership issue. Ignoring the needs for safeguards. Well, we've already kind of seen that. Redeemable aspects of the 5SI audit. Hi, guys. Thank you for liking. While this audit was deeply flawed in scope and purpose, there were a few redeemable aspects worth acknowledging. The baseline documentation. It criticized the formal records of the CPD operational issues, albeit ones that were already public, while findings was a surface level. This gives the town a documented foundation which more serious reforms could theoretically be launched. Confirmed of a known issue by reaffirming that what was already revealed during the Karen Reed mistrial, mishandled evidence, poor international affairs tracking, inconsistent training. The 5SI provided a third-party validation for members of the public who have dismissed trial coverage as a speculation or bias. This audit puts those failures in official print. That is vital right there. Acknowledgement of the accreditational gap indirectly. That's an issue that I don't think really has much to do with the Karen Reed trial. I think it's an overall issue that were not currently at that time accredited. There was a gap in their accreditation. Professional presentation and formatting. From the technical writing and organizational perspective, the report was cleanly presented. Non-controversial confrontational tone meant, yeah, we're going to tell you what you want to hear. We'll tell you some things you don't want to hear, but we're just going to be nice about it. So let's scoot down. This is what the recommendations investigation of CALEA and MPAC launch a formal review on how CPD was accredited. Ensure the IIC to ensure future audit committees are neutral and qualified and independent. Implement access safeguards. The author must have enforceable access and reporting mechanism. Demands transparency for the accrediting body. Requires a publication. This is all okay. This is all the stuff. Yeah. What do y'all think about this? This is kind of a half-assed report. More. What is it? Blingy. I can't say that word. The alleged behaviors undermines every finding and recommendation in the report due to compromise objectivity, creates an exposure. I'm down here for the town of Canton. If it can't be shown that they knowingly accepted the bias report, risk training, jury pool, and influencing public perception, raising possible constitutional concerns related to the care and read due process, rights calls into question the ethical standings of 5SI and its adherence to professional standards. Yepers. Okay, let's go to the next because I can't stay long on this stream. We need to get ready for mañana, and I got homework to do. This here's the Commonwealth's notice of discovery 64. Now comes the Commonwealth above. Caption matter indicate that the following discovery materials have been provided to the defendants, to the defense counsel. These are what they're probably going to be using in trial. Copies of the Canton audit report, the updated CVD, Shannon Burgess, all of the interviews, the keeper of records, the copy of the export contracts and payment. They're going for blood on a lot of this stuff. Okay, let's share this page. Now comes a Commonwealth intention to induce extrajudicial statements of the defendant. The Commonwealth above captioned matter indicates an intention to introduce relevant statements of the defendant early, either without a witness or through non-participant witness reader. What? So they're going to sit there and do a reading of some of her statements. Under state law, statements of a party opponent are admissible in evidence to prove truth of the matter admitted in them. To admit the state of a party opponent, there is no requirement that foundation be laid or a witness that has personal knowledge of the subject. See blah, 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 blah. From the defendant, the victim, where admissible under hearsay exception for a party opponent's statement and properly admitted to provide important context for the defendant's text messages. So they're going to be doing some readings. The defendant has made numerous statements to witnesses, first responders, medical providers, family members, journalists, as well as recorded statements of John O'Keefe's cell phone. These statements range from the defendant's immediate impressions of the state of mind in the minutes and hours surrounding John O'Keefe's death, crafted narration, sometimes in the presence of counsel, that recount for the defendant's version or impression of the events months, years after the murder. All of these statements are one of the opposing party made by the defendant and therefore admissible. The Commonwealth hereby provides the honorable court notice of intention to introduce statements of the defendant that can provide court copies in advance for any preliminary findings of fact that it would the defendant who made the statements. The Commonwealth also moves to provide notice that it intends to introduce defendant's own statements without a witness or in some circumstance through non-participant witness reader. Oh, shay. They are going to hire readers to get this stuff in. Oh, I see that little ducky going, "I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass. I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass if you don't leave me alone. I'm gonna send you home. I'm gonna whoop somebody's ass." That's what I'm hearing when I read that. What are your opinions on them reading in Karen Reed's statements? I'm like, "What? That's insane. They shouldn't be able to read in her statements like that, but I guess they can." I I will tell you, the new special district attorney that's on this case, he's doing better than Lolly did. He's getting a whole lot more in than Lolly did, so I'm really worried for her on that part. Hi, everybody. Hi, June. Hi, y'all. Thank you so much for joining. This was a quick, my live earlier today. I had to get off quickly. I had to deal with something. So this is kind of to come in and kind of close up the day. So tomorrow, 10:30 their time, probably 12 our time, they will go live again with the Lori Daybell trial. A lot of phone evidence was introduced today. I thought it was interesting that they had the video camera of her going through Burger King and the Lori Daybell trial, and the Burger King video. I could not sit in a car after seeing my husband unalived go to Burger King and get a meal, knowing they haven't called 911 and he's laying there dead in the living room, whatever, foyer, whatever of my home. What in the hell was she thinking? I agree. I don't think it was in her best interest to do the interviews. I think if anything's going to hang her, it's going to be the interviews. Um, I never disagreed with you on that, but I do agree. Now that we're in that position, in that place, I do agree. Oh, this is leftover, honey. This has been added to by, I couldn't even tell you what shade it is. I know the lip liner is this. I had this mixed with this, mixed with this, mixed with this, makes, oh, these all colors make that. I have been adding to it all day. Thank you so much for talking about my lips. They appreciate it. They appreciate being recognized every once in a while. I mean, I that's what's left of the lip liner from today from eating and drinking. Yes, but in all honesty, though, I really don't think she says anything that's gonna hurt her to the point of guilt, but, um, I don't think the juries are gonna like that she did it, in all honesty. Now back to the Lori Daybell. Every time we get a sustained objection, I zap her. It's not very loud in my ear, so I can't tell if you're hearing it. So I am anxious to see what happens tomorrow. No, I was neutral on it. I took both sides. Exactly. Just because you can doesn't think you should. I was very neutral. I played both sides of the boat. A lot of times people think I'm one-sided and really I could be the other way. People don't understand that I try to kind of play both sides of the coin because that's what I'm supposed to do. But at the end of a trial, I will give my humble opinion. I will tell you in this situation, though, I do believe that she may have not necessarily shot herself in the foot in a position that she's going to lose, but I don't think the jury's going to like uh, that she did it. Now, that said, who knows? Who knows? Hey, 80s music man. You guys, we got 9 people who have liked my live. Let's see. I'm looking. We got 16 people have liked my live. out, not including me. So why have not 16 people put the words ILIKED so you could be in the drawing for an entry for the $50 giveaway? Come on, y'all. If you're watching and you've not put ILIKED, please do so. It is important. Use kind, use smart, use important. Well, that didn't go well. I don't know why I'm sharing revenue. Oh, 2 seconds, not even 2 seconds of music coming on from Court TV. I have to share revenue. Hi, Val. Welcome, Sweet Magnolia and Val. Thank you so very much. So, tomorrow's plan is Lori Daybell all day, but we also have Karen Reed at 8 o'clock 9 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock. I'll have to look. Karen, no, 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock their time. Karen Reed will be in court for motions. We will start with that. Once that is done, if the Lori Daybell has started, we'll go straight into a new live into Lori Daybell. But there will not be any opening arguments until next Tuesday. It is a Thanksgiving. It's a Easter weekend, and then they have a holiday in Boston for the Boston Marathon, whatever all that is. So they have holiday, I think, on Monday, and so they're going to start court opening statements. They have a jury, 6 women and 6 men. It is a split jury. That is awesome. That's a perfect balance in my humble opinion. So with that, everybody, let's go ahead and get the drawings done. Steal Ada's gloss for me. Well, I used to sell it. I'm going to go back to doing it. It is what I love about the company I represented is it's all natural, no harsh chemicals, no paraben, nothing's going to hurt you. A skin cancer survivor, and I'm not talking a little itty mole. I'm talking I got a scar that big and a scar that big on my back. It was bad. Chemo, the whole 9 yards. So I'm very careful with what I put on your skin. People forget that our skin is the biggest organ of our body, and it absorbs within seconds into our bloodstream whatever we put on it. So take care of yourself. Don't do anything stupid. And God's sake, don't go burning your skin. Gosh, y'all. Some of y'all, I just question it. I just question y'all burning your skin. As far as I know, and I'm gonna check, I don't think they have caught the person. Oh, I don't want to see that. Wade Wilson gives disturbing orders to his girlfriend. Oh my gosh, don't want to hear it. We got breaking news in the high school. Let me see what they are saying.
It remains a fluid investigation, and all of our law enforcement partners are helping us to work on this investigation. We had 4 students injured today and were transported to area hospitals. The suspect has not been arrested, but we have identified the suspect, and as I mentioned, we have many of our law enforcement partners helping us, and we are working on.
By the way, this is very southeast Dallas near
Locating and arresting the suspect at this time. I'd like to now introduce Dallas ISD Superintendent Stephanie Elizalde.
What did she say about the suspect?
Identify the suspect, and as I mentioned, we have many of our law enforcement partners helping us, and we are working on locating and arresting the suspect at this time.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. They have they've identified, now they're trying to locate the suspect. Good. Okay, here is the drawing for this morning. I didn't want y'all to think I forgot. I did not forget. All right, let's do that. Congratulations, one sunny day. We'll do one more. We'll do a total of 3. Erin E., you got an entry. Woo-hoo. Let's go over here for this live. This is this live. Sweet Magnolia. Woohoo! One more. Awesome. Congratulations to our winners. You have entries into the end of the month live. Come back tomorrow and watch us as we are in the Karen Reed trial. And then we'll go over to the Lori Daybell trial. Hopefully she'll end about 5, 6 o'clock at night. I hope maybe 7 at the latest, because it depends on how long it takes if the Karen Reed goes into the Lori Daybell trial. So you guys, I got to thank you so much. I'm sorry at the end of the last live, I was not a happy woman. I was about ready to rip heads, and I apologize. But unfortunately, life happens, and sometimes we have to go deal with things. So I came back on. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Y'all have a great evening. Love on your family members. Remember, we are never promised tomorrow. But if I'm here tomorrow, I will be here tomorrow. Okay, guys. Bye. Thanks and love you. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. Till next time, take care.